All right, I am here in Mississippi. It is everybody's favorite state to spell. This is the first state where we've had kind of bad weather. It's just been rainy while we've been here, so there hasn't been a lot of outside activity. So I'm actually in the hotel pool here. You're going to get a little bit of an echo, but it's the best that we could do given the circumstances. So here's a view of the pool. But you're not here for that. You're here to learn how Medicare works in Mississippi. So let's talk about that. Let's start with the supplement plan side of the conversation. Remember, with supplement plans, there are three ways that these are issued. There is issue age, community rated, and attained age. And we talk about the differences of those in other videos. But here in Mississippi, you are an attained age state. And what that means is that your rates are based on the age that you have attained. So if you are 65 years old, there's a rate for 65-year-olds. And then as soon as you attain a new age at age 66, meaning you have a birthday, you could see a bump in your rates. Same thing when you turn 67 and attain a new age, you could see another little bump in your rates. We sarcastically refer to this as the happy birthday increase, and this is strictly with the attained age plans. With issue age, it's based on the age that you are when you were issued the policy. So if you turn 67 and you first go on Medicare at 67, you get that 67-year-old rate, and you're not getting an increase because of your birthday. You'll still get increases, but not because of your birthday. On attained age plans, you could see increases because of your birthday. Attained age plans are by far the most common across the country. And so is there anything good with these? The answer is yes. They typically start lower than the other types of issue plans. And we see that here in Mississippi. So if a 65-year-old were to want to try to go on a supplement plan G, then nationally your average is $150 per person. Here in Mississippi, the average is $125. For Plan N, nationally, in a 65-year-old, you're looking at $120 as the average. Here in Mississippi, it is $95. So you're seeing lower than average rates for supplement plans here in Mississippi because of the area and because of your attained age nature of the supplement plans. On top of these already low rates, there are opportunities for even more discounts. So I'll name off a few here, but there is a discount if you have a roommate, meaning someone lives with you in your house. This is a super interesting discount, but there are insurance companies that are willing to do this. The other is a multi-insured discount. What that means is that you and somebody in your house are insured with the same company that offers your supplement plan. So for example, you and your spouse both have a plan with the insurance company that's offering your supplement plan. Another discount is called the wearable discount, and that's if you're willing to wear something like a smartwatch, a Garmin, a Fitbit, and you can connect that to the insurance company, and then they can see that you're active and exercising. They're willing to give you discounts for that. And then finally, there's a discount if you're willing to pay your premiums for the entire year rather than just monthly. So there are a lot of opportunities here to find even lower prices than the already low supplement plan rates. And this is why I'm always harping on using an independent agent to help you with your Medicare choices. Number one, it will never cost you anything. Number two, they can shop all of the different plans around here, saving you a ton of time, and they can find you the discounts that are available here. So please use an independent agent. Even if it's not us, use somebody to help you with this because it will save you so much hassle. I do have partners who are licensed and familiar with the plans here in Mississippi if you do need help. With supplement plans here, you are dealing with the same rules that exist nationally. So if you're looking to switch from one supplement plan to another, you are likely going to need to go through medical underwriting. What that means is that you would answer medical questions, and if you have poor health, you could see higher rates or even be denied changing your supplement plan. If you have good health, you can get on there, go through medical underwriting and make the switch. The reason that this comes up is that if somebody has chosen a supplement plan G as an example, and that insurance company's rates have been increasing faster than other insurance companies, well, now you're paying higher rates for that supplement plan G, and you may want to switch from that insurance company just to a different insurance company but still on plan G. Well, here you would need to go through medical underwriting, and again, if you have poor health, you could be denied. Another instance of this is if plan G is giving you too much benefit and you want to save some money by switching either to another company or just same company and down to plan N. Again, you would go through medical underwriting, and there is the chance that you could see higher rates or be denied. When we talk about supplement plan penetration rate, we're talking about how many people choose a supplement plan versus an Advantage plan or something else. Now, nationally, the average is 21% choose a supplement plan, but here in Mississippi, it's actually 25.3%. So you're one of the higher states in terms of the supplement plan penetration rate. I'll finish up the supplement plan side of this conversation for those of you who are pre-65 and you qualify for Medicare. So this is because you're either disabled, you have end-stage renal disease, ESRD, or kidney failure requiring dialysis, or you have ALS, commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease. So you can qualify for Medicare if you have those before 65. And in most states, there isn't a lot of protection for those who are pre-65. And what that means is that you either cannot get a supplement plan, or you can get a supplement plan, but you're very limited into the letters that you're able to get. And typically the prices are a lot higher. Well, here in Mississippi, you're kind of a weird state because you have all of the letters available to people who are pre-65, but the rates are significantly higher. So you do have access to these, but you're paying more. Otherwise, you're looking at an Advantage plan, original Medicare only, or coordinating with an employer if you are employed or your spouse is employed. Now, once you reach 65, you do have a window where you are able to get all of the supplement plan letters at the same rates as another 65-year-old. So you aren't going to be upcharged anymore. So that is a positive. Okay, let's switch over to the Advantage plan side of the conversation. And here in Mississippi, you see all of the same trial rights that you experience nationally. So there aren't any weird or unique rules here. When we talk about trial rights, there are two that you want to be aware of. And what a trial right is referring to is your ability to switch from an Advantage plan over to a supplement plan without medical underwriting. Now, the first trial right is if you take an Advantage plan and Medicare at your 65th birthday. Your Part A, your Part B, and your Advantage plan effective dates have to be the same day. And remember that if you go on Medicare after 65, they're backdating your Part A. So your Part A date will be different than the other one. So this happens at 65, you take an Advantage plan, you have 1 year to try it out. And if you don't like it, you can switch within those 12 months back to original Medicare and get a supplement plan with no medical underwriting. The second trial right to take advantage of, if it applies, is if you take a supplement plan first. And this doesn't matter at what age you do that. So whether you go on Medicare at 65 or 75, if you're first going on Medicare and the first plan that you pick is a supplement plan, then if at any point you want to try an Advantage plan, you can switch off of the supplement plan, get an Advantage plan, and then you have a 12-month window to try out that Advantage plan. If you don't like it, you can switch back to original Medicare and your supplement plan with no medical underwriting. So again, these are the national rules that all apply here in Mississippi. If you're wanting to switch from an Advantage plan to a supplement plan outside of your trial rights, well, then you're going to have to find some sort of a special election period or go through medical underwriting. Common special election periods are if you move out of your Advantage plan's coverage area, then you can pick up a supplement plan with no medical underwriting. Another one is sometimes Advantage plan insurance companies will remove their Advantage plan from the area. So an insurance company just isn't performing well in a certain area, they could just eliminate their Advantage plan. And if you're on one of those Advantage plans, then you can switch to original Medicare and a supplement plan with no medical underwriting. There are other special election periods, but those are kind of the two more common ones. As a general rule, in more populated areas, you have more competition for Advantage plans, which means stronger benefits and more of an opportunity to get stronger Advantage plans. And that holds true here in Mississippi. Your larger states are going to have more options. Your smaller states are going to have limited options or no options. The Advantage plan penetration rate nationally is 50%, and here in Mississippi, it's actually 40%. So you're significantly lower than the national average when it comes to Advantage plan penetration rate. Part of this could be because your average maximum out-of-pocket, so the annual maximum risk that you could face on an Advantage plan, is slightly higher than the national average. So the national average is $5,000. Here in Mississippi, you're at $6,000 as the average maximum out of pocket. Again, there are plans that are higher, there are plans that are lower. This is just the average, though, that is pushed up above the national average. Again, whether you are looking at an Advantage plan or a supplement plan, make sure you're using an independent agent that can find you the plan that you need. Even if it's not us, use our competitors, or if you do want us to help, again, my details are in the email in the description. At the end of these videos, I like to leave a secret keyword just between you and me to know that you've made it to the end of the video, and that way I can take comments a little bit more seriously. So if you've made it this far, the keyword to throw into the comments so that I know you've made it this far is related to Mississippi. Now, when I think of Mississippi, I think of the Mississippi River. And when I think of the Mississippi River, I think of Huckleberry Finn. So with Huckleberry Finn being an excellent book, I would like you to leave in the comments your favorite book. I love reading, so if you mention anything related to books, I'll know that you've made it this far. Also, in our monthly newsletter, I give out monthly book recommendations. So if you haven't subscribed to our newsletter, you can do that. There's a link in the description as well. Thank you for making it this far. Please subscribe if you haven't already. It helps more than you know. My family and I are off to try and get some good weather here in Mississippi to explore it a little bit more. I will see you in the next video.